CrossFit fans, welcome back to the Lynch and Lanny Show, week 3. We're here to give you the news of Maxability Open so far. Get it up for Maxability. Hey,
the news, hard hitting.
This week we have a new movement. It is a handstand push-up, but this week we're going strict. Tell us about the strict handstand, Mike.
Yeah, so new movement, strict handstand push-up, and also they got rid of the target at the top for your feet.
This year they were,
this year
measure it out.
This year they're just going with just the box on the floor. Make sure your hands are inside of it, and as long as you're reach and lockout, we're good.
So I think that's a big conversation of the week is what are we going to do here? Number one, what we're trying to do is create a competitive environment that's fun, supportive, everyone's cheering each other on. It is a competition, so we're trying to come up with something that's gonna create a level playing field. We can only handle what's going on here at Maxability. If the standard somewhere else in Guatemala isn't as good, that's gonna happen. The standard is what it is. You know, how tight you follow it is up to the individual gym, and we're just gonna do our best job to follow the best standards, period.
At the end of the week, we ended up having 21 athletes finish at that like 90 rep mark, which was right before they got to the handstand push-ups. It's unfortunate, you had some people, again, that did that RX workout, got to the handstand push-ups, weren't able to do any, had to enter their score as scaled. You know that people were frustrated. Once the workout comes up next week, you put it behind you and move on to the next workout. And I'm sure that's what we'll see. So on Friday night, we had some key matchups. The advanced women category. Yes. We had that Jackie and Amanda who have been going head to head. Jackie's had the slight edge so far. Slight edge might be a little bit of an understatement. Jackie so far in the Open is 2-0 in the first 2 weeks. Jackie kind of edges her out, gets some handstand push-ups, beats her by 6 reps.
She wasn't sure if she was going to be doing the RX or the scaled, sets up those ab mats and bangs out a few reps. So a great week for Jackie as well.
Yep.
The other 2 ladies that took part in the scaled workout that night, we had Steph Pinsdorf. She thought she might be able to do the RX weight and just, take a seat on the box and call it a day. Yeah. We had her make some attempts at the scaled. She did get up on the wall, maybe with the hands of other people. A little shove her up. Get me down, get me down. And then we had Chloe, who could have used a little help as well on the box. What happened to Chloe on the box this week, Mike?
Chloe, set a great pace through the lunges, gets onto the box, and forgets how to use her legs. She steps down after her first rep, claims her knee buckles.
Oh, the knee buckle.
The knee buckles, ends up eating shit backwards.
Yeah. Are we going to go to the disaster decision here right away? It's got to be mentioned.
It could be mentioned right here, yes.
Folks, it's early in the show, I know. Sorry if you tuned in just for this moment, but this week's disaster decision is John Bauer.
Just overall, John
Bauer's presence here at the gym. John Bauer just coming off of bicep surgery so that he could be ready to compete for his first year in the Masters.
John Bauer, always looking to help people out, be a hero.
I got you.
Chloe falls back off the box with his bionic arm, reaches out, grabs the dumbbell, and catches it out of midair.
Possible injury there, but there's another part to this whole John Bauer weekend. Yes. It could be that he's just trying to get on the Lynch and Lanny show at this point.
I think so.
The shit that's coming out of his mouth. He probably makes poor decisions normally, and he's like, I gotta really
take it to another level. Yeah, amplifies
Get me on that show, because his performance isn't doing it.
John Bauer, the workout gets released Thursday night, and John Bauer's in his Pashman Stein group text message.
This is what I think we should do. He doesn't use his hands.
No, never.
This is what we need to do.
He's describing some method he's developed already in his head on how he's gonna game the system on the box.
No one else in the world's doing this.
No one. Elite athletes, he's figured it out. Apparently he's out to eat at some restaurant, ends up taking his shoes off, pulling a chair out in the restaurant, and demonstrating the movement, and then sent it to the group.
Let's cut right to the video right now. To the video?
Yep.
Good. As you can see here, John has in his socks in a very nice chair right there. Yeah. And he's demonstrating for oh, look at that. Yes, John, that'll be the play. That's the one right there.
That's what's going to get you over the hump, John.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah.
Also taking part in the scaled workout, we had Cara Yanati, Fernanda Toker, and David D'Amico. All 3 athletes having a great open. Fernanda takes this one because she's able to get on the wall and get some handstand push-ups with 108 reps.
Yeah,
that's
18
handstand push-ups.
Yeah, that's huge.
Fernanda Toker, get it up for one more great week.
Consistent.
Cara also here, I was like, are you going to do some handstand push-ups? And she's like, if I get there, I'm going to get on the wall and give it a try. And I'm like, Those are the people, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's who we want.
David D'Amico, quite the opposite.
Yeah.
He says, I'm going to finish those and take a seat right here on the box.
Yeah.
Sits on the box. David's like, there's nowhere for me to do handstands. I'm like, what do you mean? You got to get over there and do it. He's like, nothing's set up for me, so just.
Zach just sitting there, just like, good. I don't know what to do.
Judge sitting there. All right.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
It's not an easy job we have here, folks. It's not easy. All right, so then we had another key matchup on Friday night. Who was that?
We had Gilbert going up against Josh, both representing the RX men's division, and they both were looking forward to getting to the wall. I know Josh, he likes doing strict handstand push-ups. He's really happy that the standard got changed from last year where he really struggled with that lockout overhead.
A lot of curves.
He really delivered. He did a lot of handstand push-ups, few no reps.
His hands were getting wider and wider as the workout went on. He slides out on either side. I jumped in there, hey Judge, we got a no rep, and then finally I was just like, okay, no rep. He winds up with the best score overall in the men's RX though. Fantastic week for Josh.
Yeah, has to be happy.
Back to our original conversation, which is, high standards here, trying to have a level playing field.
Oh boy. Went to Mexico for handstand push-ups last year. It's incredible.
But he is away for the rest of the weekend. He was here on Friday, did the workout. He did okay.
Yeah.
He did Gilbert-ish.
Yeah.
Now he's going to go away for the weekend. Who knows what we're going to see online.
Yes.
Yeah. It's possible. And our final athletes of Friday Night Lights was the main event. So only 8 women here at Max Ability were able to attempt the workout RX. 3 of them were here on Friday night.
It was a great race from the beginning. We had Yvette jump out early on the lunges. She was flying. Then we end up, on the box, it starts evening up. I mean, what most athletes found out was the separator was the handstand push-ups. Greedy got to the wall, and she's banging them out. And she actually ended up finishing and getting to the handstand walks. One of 4 athletes who got to the handstand walks at the end of the workout.
Puts her hands over the line to start walking. We let her go all the way down, and then we just pull her back for an extra 5. And then she finishes that, comes down, does a whole another 25, and then throw another 5 at the end, right? She winds up with a total score of 151.
Yeah, that was huge.
Great weekend for Grady. Nice job by those 3 ladies battling it out and really putting a show on for us on Friday night. Overall, the team competition is going really well. We saw the blue team has really been struggling for weeks 1 and 2. They stepped it up this week. They are the little people, led by Kim and May, and they just seem to draft all the little people. So this is a great week. We're really balanced right now. If you look at the podium points, there's only a 1 point separating 4 teams. Let's go over each division, starting off with the scale division men.
Right, in order, we had Demetrius putting up the top score.
Great week.
Adam Pfeffer, followed by Adam Geisler.
Yep,
awesome.
They both pull out handstand push-ups. Geisler was super psyched. He finally beat Sam Lim.
Yeah,
Sam
came
taking
over.
the top spot.
Got him
2
by
weeks
1
in a row.
rep.
Awesome job. But the highlight there in the scaled men's has got to be Demetrius.
He has those big legs, able to move on the lunges, able to move on the box step-ups, and then was able to get up onto the wall and take advantage of that added 5 inches to get some handstand push-ups.
Yep, he's got a good overhead position. Good week for him. Nice job. Good to hear you guys out there. Also, we have the scaled women's category where Alana just is beating people up. She gets those lighter weights. She took advantage of it, and handstand push-up is something that she can do even to the floor, I think, maybe for a rep. She didn't need to in the scaled team division. She takes first place, and I'm mumbling. I don't know what to say. She's just fucking killing everybody.
Yeah.
It's unfair. It's unfair. But she's a little girl.
Yeah.
Waking up at 5 in the morning.
And then we had Claudia and Fernanda again, kind of rounding out that top 3.
Claudia taking advantage of the
boy.
short range motion.
Unbelievable.
I think she only had a minute.
Yeah,
over there.
something like that.
And Claudia bangs out reps.
And she actually could have gone wider with her hand. She was still like inside the lines a little bit and her range of motion. Still.
Oh, hold on, Mike. This just in. Claudia's retiring next week. Her fitness level is about to go through the roof.
Yeah, 5 days.
Claudia is getting the competitors membership starting next week. She will retire as a local Englewood police officer. Clap it up for Claudia. She's a great week all over, Claudia. Okay, in the advanced women, the top 3, all standouts, really.
Yeah, so taking first overall, we had Steph H. Very confident leading into the workout. Steph H comes up to me and she's like, just checking, what's the standard on bear crawls today? Right? So confident, right? She knew that if she got to the handstand push-up, she'd be able to get a lot of reps. And she did. Didn't have a lot of time and was still able to just get a ton of reps in.
Yeah, 37 or 40.
Yeah, something like that.
Awesome job for Steph. Then Raja with those ab mats, her arms are so long, she looks like the majority of people who are going to the floor.
Yeah,
right?
she still had a big range of motion.
First one was a little shaky, and then she kind of settled in, and she starts banging out reps. And she takes the 2 spot in the advanced women.
Yeah.
And the third one, Andrea Melendez, not sure if we were going to make her a mod squad athlete. I kind of push her into the advanced, do what you can if you're injured. She's getting upside down doing handstand push-ups and has a great week as well. We got to talk a little bit about the mod squad. The mod squad crushed it this week.
Yeah, had a great week.
We got Sasha and Janie. Sasha got to the bear crawl and almost finished. And Janie, 42 reps on the handstand push-ups. Both those athletes, week to week, not sure if they're able to do the workout. Yeah. Got an opportunity, crushed it. Todd gets in here early in the morning on Friday. Yeah. He's been banging it out. Yeah. And even Ferris.
Ferris showed his face today, yeah.
Ferris got this banged up, this. He's punching walls, jumping out of moving cars. We have to come up with workouts for these type of people. Mod squad, clap it up for those guys on the mod squad. Jumping from the women to the advanced men. Mike, who do we have?
So in the top 3, we had Jay Poppy, Willie, and Don Jaconia. And actually in that division, we had Poppy and Willie. They were the 2 representing, like they did the workout RX. Poppy was able to get, I think, 11 handstand push-ups. But really, Willie, I mean, crushed it this week.
Willie with the Masters, a guy who clearly doesn't want to be on the wall upside down, has a few seconds to get on the wall, gets up there, the judge gives him the rep at the buzzer, and I'm like, we're gonna have to go to video review, I'm not sure. Check the video, and after further review, in the booth, that rep counts. Willie, handstand push-up. Yep. RX, Masters. He takes the 2 spot. Don Jaconia gets the best score with the scaled workout. Don's having a great open. Jumping to our 3rd category, we have the RX division. We'll start off with the men, Mike.
We had Brian Malone in 5th place, Ian in 4th. Then we had Kev Camillo in 3rd, Steve Santos in 2nd, and as we mentioned, Josh.
You know, Brian Verlone holding on 3 weeks in a row. It's a little bit of a surprise for his fitness level. We've got Ian Borg. Ian Borg is just day after day on the whiteboard, not a top dog, but he's at the noon class. If you want your fitness to be high, folks, quit your job. Come train with that at noon, somewhere around 1 hour and 45 to 2.5 hours. Our standards are the highest. We can count our reps. Ian's been banged up a little bit, but man, is he having a great open.
He's been crushing it week after week.
We should clap it up for Ian.
Yeah, we'll clap it up for
Ian. Kevin Camille had a hard time with the standard a little bit, opening those hips. Kind of looked like Yvette, except the ass isn't as nice. He was trying to open up his hips, wasn't really quite getting what we were saying. Because when you're upside down and you're fighting, you don't feel your midline breaking. Had a few no reps in there, but we expected a nice week, and Kev did have a great week.
Yeah, he did.
Steve Santos. Starts the week off, we find out the workout, shoots not just me a text, but adds you into the text. Yep. Hey coach, let me know what standard you want me to follow because I just want to make sure so that when I beat you this week,
there's no excuses.
No excuses. Is he serious? Like, I'm killing you. And why do you think that I'm not good at handstand push-ups?
It's a big boy. It's a big boy.
Because I'm a big boy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's a little boy. Right? I text you. What do you think? Is Steve gonna beat me?
And I wasn't sure. Steve's got some thick legs, man.
Then I put up a score of 30 handstand push-ups. I asked you the question again. And a little change of tone, Mike.
Yep, then I was squarely on your side. I didn't think Steve had it.
I'm a gamer, Steve. Stay in the back room, son. Have Greedy judge you. Moving on to the women's RX category.
Yeah, we already talked about those top 3 women that went on Friday Night Lights. But then we also had, following them up, Seidel, Gabby, Tamar, and Grace Buckley.
Grace Buckley takes the 4th spot in the workout. She's the last one to go on Sunday afternoon. I'm not 100% sure she's gonna be able to get 1 rep.
Yeah, she struggles with that overhead position, so we weren't sure how under fatigue, what those handstand push-ups were actually gonna look like.
Really stepping it up for the purple team. She winds up with getting 14 reps. Tamar, is fitness gonna get in her way?
We're unsure whether she's gonna be able to do the RX, if she's gonna do the scaled workout. I text her, hey, can you do strict handstand push-ups? She responds back, are you allowed to kip? Don't know.
That's consistent.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
This is where Tamar messes up the whole noon class theory.
Yeah, exactly. But she came through, was able to do strict, and then gets 10 reps.
And then Seidel just kind of hanging in there, just like Brian Malone. You know? Just like towards the bottom of the podium. Seidel at 49 years old. Yep. Getting upside down, not a fan of handstand push-ups. She winds up getting 5 handstand push-ups as well for a great week for her. Yeah.
And then last but not least, we gotta talk about Gabby. Unsure if she was gonna be able to do strict handstand push-ups, gets 7 reps. Earlier in the week, gets her first bar muscle up.
That's right.
So she's fired up about it. She's having a great CrossFit week. She tells Jackie, she's like, I really feel like I'm starting to evolve into like this CrossFit Pokemon. Phenomenal.
That's a kid's joke. The last division is the coach's division, as we expected. Kim Driscoll with 156. Unbelievable job. Yeah. Well, works out. She works out.
Yeah. You knew that she was going to do well on the lunges. You knew that handstand push-ups is her wheelhouse.
Kipping, forget it. Non-stop. You can just do it for hours, right? But once you go strict, she's not that excited about it. You have to use your shoulders.
And she was one of those, you know, she got up, wasn't sure how her shoulders were going to feel, and really struggled with like that first 25 feet. She was going to like 5 feet at a time. And then once she got to the other end, kind of recovered a little bit. Then she did 10 feet at a time. So big progress over the past year being able to handstand.
Yeah, I give everyone a hard time. All our coaches are really good examples of what we need to do. If you're really frustrated about a certain movement, when muscle-ups came in the open, do you think she was upset years ago? Yeah, it killed her. You know, she's spending all this time working on her fitness, but she struggles with the movement. And now she's banging out muscle-ups because she's putting in the time. You're pissed off today because you didn't do something. October's around the corner. Are you just going to forget about it until October? You're going to feel really bad about it. Be like, oh, it's already October, and that all those months went by, and I really didn't put any time in getting upside down in workouts. So thank you, Kim, and the rest of the coaching staff who sets examples for the rest of us who are getting frustrated as the weeks go on. All right? And second place is MK, and third place is Al. Al did a nice job. He's stepping it up. Lanny squeezing in there, didn't finish handstand push-ups. Thought there was a shot.
Yeah.
You know, you struggle with the strict lack of tricep. Your movement was solid. You had good standards. I'll give you that.
Thanks.
And you were close. How many reps short?
14.
14 reps. not as close as I thought. Right behind you was the big fella. You said I was big. Just
big
moments
boy.
ago, we have it. Replay it. As it stands, we will be tied for second place. It's not about wall balls and rowing anymore. Fitness. Look at it. Look at it. Take notes, baby. Yes! I am so excited. We should stop the open now. I did say, and I meant it, had I got to the handstand walk, I was going to retire from fitness altogether. Coaches did a great job. I thought the adjustment was good for us to have some more excitement rather than people doing the RX and then sitting on the box because they're not able to do any handstand reps. I'm sure some people out there are frustrated. Take that frustration, work towards some new goals. We need some predictions, Mike. What do you have going for the weeks forward?
Every year we have thrusters the last week. I think they're going to move it up this year.
Sneak it into
I think we're going to go in week 4. I think we got thrusters, deadlifts, and bar muscle ups this week.
Okay. Oh, I see it. Oh, there it is.
Yep.
I'm going to go, we're not done with the box. We're bringing it back for 2 weeks in a row.
No.
We're going to go burpee box jumps with some muscle ups.
Okay.
Hey, how did the whole Morales clan do this weekend?
I think one of the highlights of the weekend were Haley and May in that matchup. They both get through the handstand push-ups and they're on bear crawls. Haley ends up finishing 25 feet short of finishing the workout.
I see May finish the handstand push-ups and I'm like, that's like the same exact time that Haley finished. And I'm like, you gotta go.
Yeah, and she ended up being 45 feet short just to stick up for her a little bit.
Why?
She's finishing what would be like her third down and back, and someone yelled one more. She got to the end, thought she was done, sat down on the ground, and then someone said, no, one more time down and back. So then she gets up, gets 5 more feet, wasted a little bit of time there. I'm
gonna reverse this on you, Mike. I would say, know what the hell you're doing as an athlete. Continue to blame the judge.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. How about know what you're supposed to be doing? Right?
How about Pounder, since last open, losing 40 pounds, then getting up on the wall and doing some strict handstand push-ups. Haley walks in before the workout, goes up to Pounder, says, are you scaling? The disrespect.
That's trash talking at its finest. And then Pounder says, I take shits bigger than you. That was the return that we wanted. This week's Rookie of the Week was a tight battle, but we're gonna go with Michelle Cohen.
Yes.
The sleeper. Clap it up for Michelle. Michelle gets the lunges and these step-ups done with a dumbbell the size of her.
Yes.
And before the workout, she gets on the wall for the first time and gets handstand push-ups to an ab mat. Super exciting week for Michelle Cohen. Great job.
Great job.
Guys, thanks for joining us, worldwide audience. Keep liking us. Last week we had 13 likes on Facebook.
Broke a record.
Over 200 views on YouTube and only 1 share on Instagram. It's all good. We know you're watching.
Just the most stressful part of the open for us.
Can we get a like? Just hit the button on your way to YouTube.
Awesome job this week, guys. We look forward to next week and see what we have in store.
Week 3, done and out of the way. Clap it up, Tice. Clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up. Yeah, week 4. Thursday night, be there.